Hey, what's the story? Yours truly, Philbo here, and welcome back to Philbo Reviews for, yes, you guessed it, another movie review. Hope you're keeping well. Hope all is good in your circle, in your corner of the world, your corner of Ireland, wherever you may be. I wish nothing but good things for you. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Think about liking and subscribing, and maybe even hitting the old hype button so we can spread a bit of Philbo film reviews to a wider audience. As the thumbnail suggests, me and wifey have just checked out Wasteman, a 2025 crime thriller. So, this is a spoiler-free review. Rest easy, we will not spoil any details of this film, but make yourself comfortable and enjoy Philbo's review of Wasteman. So, this film stars David Johnson, who plays Taylor. Taylor is a prison cook who has been sentenced to 13 years imprisonment and has been given a lifeline of the possibility of an early parole. A new system that the prisons brought in for certain prisoners of certain prison times, and depending on the crime they commit, they are given a chance to essentially be released. So we meet Taylor and we learn that he has a 14-year-old son, Adam, on the outside, who he has never met. He went down when Adam was only, in utero. His partner was pregnant with the baby at the time of his sentencing. So we get introduced to Taylor. He knows a couple of people in the prison who unfortunately help his drug addiction. Gaz and Paul, they're kind of in charge of D Wing. They're kind of the go-to people for drugs, alcohol, anything really. The go-to guys, the daddies, for want of a better expression. So that's what I liked about this straight off the bat. Reminds me of Scum. I mean, prison dramas for me, I just think they're always gritty, they're always real. And people kind of say, why would you want to watch a prison film full of scumbags and murderers and rapists? I mean, these people took the wrong path through whatever circumstances are, desperation, their upbringing, mostly because of drugs, because of anger, because of aggression, because of all sorts of things, and they made bad decisions, and they're in prison paying for their decisions. And I always found it really, really intriguing and interesting seeing different slants on what prison life is like. And this film, Wasteman, is a very unique look into life on the inside. And we are seeing this through the eyes of the brilliant David Johnson, who we know from The Long Walk. An incredible young, promising actor. He plays the lead role in this as Taylor. A timid, kind of, not necessarily a violent man, but he is struggling with addiction during this 13 years in prison, and hit the prospect of him getting out a little earlier and the prospect of possibly being able to rekindle some kind of connection with his son Adam is incredibly well portrayed in his character. You can tell his want to reform, his want to get out, and his want to get a second chance with his son Adam. Now, the entire film takes place within the prison. Then we're introduced to the character of D, played by Tom Bly. Now, another young actor and another incredible performance. The first main positive of this film, Wasteman, is the lead performances of David Johnson and Tom Bly as Taylor and D, respectively. They demand attention on the screen. They're dynamic. They are just completely lost in their roles, and that is the standout of this film. This film is 90 minutes, not a second more, not a second less, and the pacing and the direction is absolutely airtight. There is not a wasted minute of those 90. You were absolutely engaged from minute 1 to the last frames of the movie. It is beautifully directed. The director is a first-time director called Cal McMay, Incredible direction, beautifully shot, some very unique and new and kind of exciting new ways to film. A lot of the scenes are shown through a camera phone. Now, it's not necessarily scenes that are happening there and then in the prison, but it is showing you an idea of the kind of thugs and the kind of people that essentially Taylor is dealing with in this prison. You kind of notice some people within the camera footage committing extreme violence, and some of it's very hard to watch, some of it's very real. I even turned to my wife at some points within it and I said, do you think this is actual real camera footage of gangs and crime and attacks? And because it's some brutal stuff, but that stands to the film. It gives you an insight into what type of people. It doesn't say specifically who it is in the videos, but you notice as the film goes on that the people in the videos that is shown randomly within the film are inmates or have something to do with the inmates in the prison. And that brings us to Dee's character. He becomes the new cellmate of Taylor, and all of a sudden his chances of being released are looking in jeopardy, and possibly his life could be in jeopardy with this new cellmate. This fella D comes in absolutely harder than a coffin nail, starts dealing drugs, starts having pill parties, the whole bit in a cell. He is like the new kid on the block in this D wing in this prison. And Gaz and Paul, who I mentioned before, who used to hook Taylor up with drugs in exchange for haircuts. Taylor, he's a barber on the outside, and he does haircuts for a couple of the lads, and they'd give him pills as a payment to feed his addiction, unfortunately. But this guy D comes in, new cellmate for Taylor, and he's trying to keep his nose clean, figuratively and like literally. But this new cellmate is young, insane, and completely out of his fucking mind, and he wants to get a name for himself in this wing as the new daddy. Now, the expression daddy isn't used because that's from Scum, another one of one of the best prison dramas ever made, if you ask me. Also in the conversation, Midnight Express, the one Oliver Stone won the Oscar for, the screenplay. Starred Up with Jack O'Connell, Bad Boys with Sean Penn. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. But this is one of the most refreshing, new and different looks of life inside. And the relationship between Taylor and Dee starts well. They're able to see eye to eye. He helps him in certain aspects. This fella D has a lot of connections to the outside world. He has mobile phones. He has a whole drug set up that he's able to get drugs in and out of the prison. And and you know, things start off good, a bit too good to be true. But as I say, there is no spoilers in this, but I can tell you that this is a masterfully made film. Extremely great production design. The camera, the fact that the screen goes in to like a mobile phone screen in random parts of it is very scary, very real. It adds kind of a unsettling realness to the violence that you're seeing, and not to mention the actual violence that is seen within the film. There is an extremely disturbing attack in this film. Actually, there's a number of disturbing attacks in this film, and absolutely, I mean, it's not to the point of the greenhouse scene in Scum. I don't think any of us will get over that ever. Horrific, harrowing, like, oh, your blood runs cold. But there is a particular scene in this that will make it stand out as, oh man, do you remember that bit? Yeah, it was fucked up. But very tense, has an incredibly tense and nail-biting finale. we found ourselves completely and utterly engrossed in the third act. The climax of all this tension building between the two cellmates, Taylor and Dee, starts off as friendship. Is it going to stay friendship? Can they continue to see eye to eye? I mean, it's just a perfectly told story. 90 minutes, beginning, middle and end. Beautifully written and beautifully performed by the two young actors leading the charge. I completely and utterly enjoyed this film. I was completely immersed in the situation. Very little score in the background, just prison sounds, just like Scum. Now there is music in the film. Scum didn't have a single note of music played in the entire film, just to add to the realism of the prison setting. Starred Up took it from Scum, did the same thing, zero music, just so all you hear is the clanks, bangs, and you can almost feel the paranoia. You can feel the tension through the screen that these characters are portraying, and it is such a well-made film, an incredibly well-made film, and I suggest that you check it out post haste as soon as you can. I mean, it is a strictly over 18s film. I would suggest that no young kids or younger teenagers should see it. I think it should be seen by mature adults. But if you're a film lover and you like poignant drama in a prison setting with incredible characters just disappearing into their performances, great young actors, I mean, this is the film for you. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I genuinely didn't find any issues with it, except I just wished it was longer. I wished I could have spent more time with these characters. But 90 minutes in, out, just a great film. And I genuinely cannot think of anything wrong with this film. It is one of the best films I have seen in a long time. And you know what? Wasteman. Can I even think of anything I didn't? No, I enjoyed it absolutely 100%. I mean, I think it was just, it said what it had to say. I mean, it was brilliant. I give it 5 out of 5 stars. Philbo gives the 2025 film Wasteman, crime thriller, 90 minutes in and out, 5 out of 5 stars. I suggest you check it out. You won't regret it. And remember to come back and stop by the Philbos. If you've seen the movie, let me know what you thought. Am I way off the mark? Did you find it boring? Was it not entertaining at all? Were the performances, let me know. The two characters, Dee playing Tom Bly playing this absolutely wired fucking sociopath, and then Taylor playing this more subdued addict who's trying to do best by himself and to take advantage of this possible parole that he has been presented with at the very start of the movie. 5 out of 5 from me. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos. Check my links below for Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all that good stuff. May the sun always shine. Gotta love movies. No movies, no life. Thanks for watching. Philbo is well and truly outbo.